The moment the airplane door slid open, and the cabin filled with the quiet shuffle of boarding passengers, none of them knew they were about to witness a moment that would stay with them forever. It began with a stolen seat and a silent humiliation, and ended with a kind of karma that lands softly but speaks loudly. If you stay with this story until the final line, you'll understand why every single person on that plane walked off a little different from how they walked on. Sheila Grant stepped into the narrow aisle, rolling her compact suitcase behind her, though anyone looking at her wouldn't imagine she was the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech firms in the country. She didn't dress loudly. She didn't need to. A navy blue blazer, pearl earrings, and calm, purposeful eyes, that was her armor. Her assistant had begged her to take the company jet, but Sheila refused. "I want to travel like normal people today," she had said. "It reminds me where I came from." As she reached her row 14A, a window seat she'd chosen for the quiet, her heart already exhaled, anticipating a few hours of peaceful thinking time, except someone was sitting there. A woman, blonde, mid-40s, AirPods in, suitcase shoved under the seat. "Hi," Sheila said gently. "I believe you're in my seat." The woman blinked up at her as if she'd been inconvenienced by an unexpected commercial. "Oh, yeah, I saw the window was free. I prefer windows." Sheila smiled politely. "I understand, but that's my assigned seat." "MMH," the woman stretched, leaning back. "Well, I'm already settled. You can take the aisle." A few passengers glanced over, sensing something was wrong but pretending they didn't. Sheila stayed calm. Years of boardroom battles had taught her the price of losing composure. "Ma'am," she repeated, "that's my seat." The woman shrugged, voice cool and clipped. "You'll be fine, it's just a seat. Don't make a fuss." It was the tone, not the words. Sheila recognized it instantly, the kind that assumed authority simply because it always had, but she breathed deeply. "I'd like to speak with the flight attendant." "Oh, for God's sake," the woman muttered. When the attendant arrived, Sheila explained. The woman immediately inserted, "I told her she could take the other seat. She's making it an issue." The attendant checked the manifest, then looked at Sheila apologetically. "She is in your seat, ma'am, but the flight is full. I can offer you another aisle seat in row 20. Row 20, tight, loud, next to the bathrooms. Sheila closed her eyes. She wanted to fight. She deserved to fight. But the plane was filling, people were watching, and she didn't want a viral video about a disruptive passenger to overshadow the charity keynote she was set to deliver tomorrow. "It's fine," she said quietly. "I'll take it." As she walked toward row 20, her suitcase rattling behind her, she felt the sting, not just of the stolen seat, but of the silent acceptance that so often accompanied moments like these. A man in row 18 caught her eye. He looked as if he wanted to speak, but he didn't. No one ever wanted to get involved. She sat, buckled in, stared at the seat ahead of her, gripping her blazer so she wouldn't cry. CEOs don't cry on airplanes, or so she told herself. But karma had already taken its seat. Minutes later, the captain came over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brief delay. Our special VIP passenger, whose company is sponsoring our philanthropic tech outreach, will be giving a short welcome before takeoff." Sheila raised her head, confused. That was supposed to be her, but she hadn't told the airline her face. The airline only knew her name. The attendant walked down the aisle, stopping right beside row 20. "Ms. Grant, we're ready for your introduction." Every head turned. The blonde woman in 14A looked up sharply, confusion then shock hitting her face. Sheila blinked, then slowly stood, smoothing her blazer. She felt her spine straighten, her breath deepen. Every insecurity she'd swallowed minutes ago suddenly released. She walked toward the front. Each step was quiet but heavy with revelation. The attendant handed her the mic. The entire plane watched as the woman in 14A shrank into her stolen seat, finally understanding the weight of the moment. "Hello, everyone," Sheila said, her voice steady and warm. "Thank you for your patience. My company is honored to partner with the airline on our new program providing technology access for underserved youth. Wherever we go, we want to make sure opportunity goes too." Her voice softened, carrying something deeper. "I believe in treating people with respect, whether in boardrooms, classrooms, or even on airplanes. Small kindnesses matter. They remind us who we are." Passengers exchanged looks, a few nodded, one clapped softly. She finished, handed the mic back, and walked down the aisle. The woman in 14A tried to avoid her gaze, cheeks flushed. As Sheila reached row 14, the attendant whispered, "Ms. Grant, please feel free to take your original seat now." The woman immediately stood, stumbling as she moved away, mumbling, I didn't know." "It's okay," Sheila said quietly, "but next time know before you act." Sheila sat in her window seat, finally exhaling. The plane pushed back from the gate. Karma had spoken, not loudly, not cruelly, but unmistakably, and every person aboard had learned something without needing to be scolded. When the wheels lifted off the ground, the cabin felt different, lighter, like everyone had shed a little ignorance on the runway. Sheila gazed out the window at the fading lights below, a soft smile touching her lips. Justice didn't always arrive in grand gestures. Sometimes it showed up as a seat, returned to its rightful owner, not just on a plane but in life. And that day, every passenger carried that message with them long after landing. Dignity is never given by others. It's claimed by standing tall, even when someone tries to take your seat.